What's up, everybody, and welcome to Blue Rock TTV. You know how we do. I guess we're a bit earlier today than we normally are, but the viewers wanted a show, and we thought, why not? Why not give you guys a show that you're asking for? Because Karlissa, I guess Karlissa's been doing the most for quite a number of months. Since people have been renting. Younger adults have been renting and doing their thing. Karlissa's kind of been dropping some sneaky, salty comments here and there and all over the place. So, the viewers have been asking and people wanted to know, what's the tea on Karlissa's property? So we're going to dig into that today. All right. So, before, taking too long. Welcome to Blue Rock TTV's live show, where we spill the tea on the celebrities you love and hate. So sit back and hold on to your seats, but don't hold back. Get in the live chat, because it's about to get juicy. You know it. What's going on? Now, you guys know how we do it, right? I had to bring up our guest host, Tea Time with Latrice, because the tea is hot right now. So, let's bring her on and see what's popping. What's up, Tea Time?
Hey, y'all. Hey, chat. Good morning. I missed y'all the other night, but, I'm here. I can't tell you I got my black Air Forces on because Blue Rock got them on, but I'm here anyway.
I guess I've been wearing out those Air Forces. Don't worry. We'll get you a new one. We'll get you a new pair.
I appreciate it.
Sometimes the viewers, be up in the DMs and they be letting you know things, and they be saying, Blue Rock, this is going on. Blue Rock, we're tired of this. Blue Rock, can we look into that? And this is what we do, right? Tea Time, I hit you up yesterday, and I'm like, the people want to know certain things, and then there it was. We started digging, right?
Yep. And once we start digging, we don't stop.
Now, I want to be clear. You know what I'm saying? I want to be extremely clear about our show today, right? We want to make it clear that there's nothing wrong with being a renter, okay? Absolutely nothing wrong with being a renter. I think people are in different stages of their lives, different planning of their lives. People be doing things just for whatever. Some people like to rent and just travel, so people have different goals. I just want to make it clear from my stance, there is nothing wrong with being a renter, and absolutely not anything wrong with being a homeowner, right? What's your thoughts there, Tea Time?
Absolutely not. Nothing is wrong with being a renter. As a matter of fact, I've been a property manager now over almost 23 years. I've managed properties. I've been a real estate agent. So that's my profession, different people, different things for different people. And even as people getting older, some people are selling their houses to rent, because it's just so much to maintain a house. So definitely renters matter. There's nothing wrong with renting. So I don't look down on anybody that's renting. I was a renter myself. So
exactly.
Definitely.
So we understand that. We hear that. We wanted to make it very clear that that's not what this show is about today. But the show is definitely going to be about, reviewing some of the properties that Karlissa's been at, that we all kind of know she's been staying at, and kind of getting a better idea of, was she renting? Did she own it? Which properties did they own at some point? And do they currently still own properties? Because, we've been searching, right? Because we're gonna bring the receipts from what we got. It's up to Karlissa if she wants to show receipts or continue with some of her fibs or her partially truths. Who knows, right? But we are gonna look into this a bit further, and we're gonna basically dive into some of the documents that we found and show you guys, what's going on. I do want to give a huge shout out, of course, to the people in the chat. Before we move on, what's up, Rita? What's up? Keeping up with the Porters, Christy. What's going on? I know Tea Time probably has some people that she wants to shout out there as well.
Yeah, definitely. I see Reason is here. I see Rita. Rita's always here. Carmizzle, thank you so much. We always see you guys are here, always holding us down. Gemini, what's up, girl? Amanda, thank y'all so much. Odine, that's my girl, always sending me some good stuff in my DMs.
Nice. Now I feel like it's quite early for some people, and this is a pop-up show, so it's not something that, we anticipated. So we're gonna, we're gonna try to go with the motion here and see what's going on. And now I do see people up in the chat right now. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and drop
Yes,
those blue
yes.
diamonds and those teacups, because we'll start serving the tea soon. But we definitely want to see those likes go up. We want to see you guys active up in the chat.
Yes, hit that like button, y'all. It's free. It's free.
Right now, we're also going to go ahead and we're going to drop the StreamYard link. I'm going to go ahead and drop the StreamYard link. Viewers will be able to come up and give some of their commentary, because I think some of you understand why we're doing this today. Some people might still be wondering, who cares? Why are we talking about Karlissa's properties? What's the big deal, right? But the tea is the tea, and the tea has to be served on everybody, and Karlissa's not exempt. I heard she's on live right now, crashing out a bit, but that's okay, because we got some more important things to go through. So what she's trying to do is just give another distraction, like she did the day that we were doing Andre's interview. And we all know that didn't work then, and it's definitely not going to work now.
Nope.
So
it's
go ahead.
not work.
Right, tea time. Like, we've seen these things before, her just trying to gain control, so I think right now she doesn't want people to be seeing what's really going on over here. So she's trying to do something to gain that control again, right?
Absolutely. And then I think also I just wanted to lead into the fact of what you were saying about, it's not to bash anybody that rents or anything like that. Actually, it's actually to dispel what Karlissa has done, which she has actually bashed so many people that have rented, especially Rock. She constantly elated to the fact that how Rock didn't own her home, and how she was she was a renter, and she made sure to always point that out. So we're going to let her, this is just to let her know, you weren't far from Rock. This is you're actually the pot that called the kettle black, and you need to just watch him out, because who are you?
Absolutely. And it seems like those Air Forces were just dropped off to you again, huh? The brand new ones, you got them in time.
Yeah, listen, the Jags already made me mad because they're not playing, so now I'm about to take it out on Karlissa.
No, but you know what? It's some good points. Young adults, and here you are just trying to, throw your jabs here and there whenever you can, trying to clout chase every moment, I guess, right? Now the other thing that I was kind of thinking about was it slipped my mind. It completely slipped my mind. I was thinking about something. There was a good point that I had to what you were saying, but unfortunately, it definitely slipped my mind. Now, I do want to give a huge shout out to the Bush watchers, as Keeping Up with Porter said. Don't forget to hit that like button. We know you be there lurking, trying to figure out what we're talking about, and we love you too. So, and that goes out to Karlissa. Once you're done your live and you're popping in on here listening, stop trying to act to the people that you don't watch the show.
Yes.
Because sometimes you do come out of the bushes, and your comments are there in our comment section.
Yep.
So,
yes.
So don't worry, we still got love to you. If you ever want to tell your truth, like we always say, you're welcome up.
Yes. Yeah, and I've invited her up. I've invited her to call me. I know she has my phone number, Karlissa. Because I know you're here. We know a lot of your little, your pages. We know your fake pages, and we know it's you because you have us blocked. And when we go to, check and somebody will send us something, and we'll see this page, and we'll go to follow, and I'll be like, oh, I'm already blocked. We know it's you. But you're always welcome. You're always welcome, Karlissa. We would love to have a conversation with you. But, it's up to you. But you can call me anytime, girl, because I know you got my phone number.
And we probably have hers too, right, Trace?
We absolutely probably have her phone number.
All right, so I do see everybody live in the chat. People are giving us shout outs, making sure that they know, that we know, that they know they're here, Again, I appreciate all you guys for being here. It's a little bit short notice, but we're still going to make some time just to go through the fine details, because you guys saw yesterday on the IG between Karlissa and I, we've been kind of having some fun here and there. Some of her people, I guess, are a little bit locked up. So, why not play around a little bit? I'll help entertain you a little bit, Karlissa, since you're running dry maybe on some of your clout moves. But yeah, it was some fun times yesterday, and I kind of wanted to get into a little bit more of what we basically discovered. Now I'm not expecting this to be a big show, because Karlissa She brings in numbers, but I don't really think she brings in that many numbers. But we're doing this so that the viewers can have a little bit more of the information that they requested. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
That's basically the reason here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we all know, you know, Karlissa, I guess, you know, we're gonna dive right into it. You're good with that, right? Tea time?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, drop some blue diamonds in the chat if you guys want us to just get right into it and start discussing the properties. Let's start talking about the properties. You know, we know of the one property here, Grove City, Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
That Karlissa, you know, has claimed yesterday as well in one of her rants that, you know, she owns a house in Ohio. We were not able to find, you know, her owning a house currently in Ohio. But what was interesting enough is that we did see that Mr. Sterling Saffold, you know, he did do a purchase, right, of the home, you know, back in the day there at a very decent change there, right? But maybe you can help explain to the viewers there what we see in the other slide at the bottom, if they currently still own this home or not.
Okay, so what it looks like is they had the home, right? And they sold the home, right? To the buyers below. They sold the home for a good, you know, they made a good little they sold the home for 237. The house, they financed it for 163,441. But when they sold it for 237. Now here's where the problem lies. There's a lien on this particular house. And it's a state tax lien, because here's where, and the filing date for this was 9/30/2022. And the debtors were Mr. and Mrs. Saffold. Here's why. Because there was a tax debt on that house, $5,925. Well, it looks like what happened was somebody must have written a check or something. There was something that was paid there was a tax bill that was paid that must have been non-sufficient funds. There had to have been some type of non-sufficient funds that were paid for this tax lien, and therefore the payment bounced. And so if these people actually want to sell this house again, if the people wants to sell this house, that tax lien is gonna have to be paid. Now, the tax lien was paid by Mr. and Mrs. Saffold. So that's not fair to the new buyers, because when they bought that house, they were expecting for that tax lien to have already been paid. Are y'all?
Yeah. So according to the screenshots here, it seems as if, because, you know, some people may argue that, you know, isn't this lien or such lien supposed to be paid, you know, prior to the house being sold or wherever the case is. But like I think you mentioned, and like I think we can assume, is that perhaps maybe there was a bad check, something given, so that they can go through.
Yes.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting. So that lien was filed. So the new owners must have tried to sell that house in 2022 or something, because you see, if you look at the filing date, it was 9/30/2022 when the lien was placed on that house. But the house was sold in 2021. So they must have wrote a bad check. Mr. and Mrs. Saffold did. Because the tax lien was never paid. The tax debt was not paid. The state taxes were not paid.
You guys know when I go quiet sometimes, you know, because these shows that we do, these live shows, you guys might not know, but let me give you some behind the scenes stuff here. When we go live and we do these shows, sometimes, you know, things come in as we're doing the lives. And
yes.
You know, so if I go quiet, I'm just trying my best to see exactly, you know, what came in and what I'm looking at, you know. So forgive me, but I you know, somebody was sending something, but I don't have time to actually check exactly.
I'm looking because I'm getting something too. So if you want to talk, because I'm getting it.
All right, cool. All right, so you guys know how we do. We're going to discuss every single property that we saw Karlissa in. You know, there's about 4 of them, maybe 5, you know, but there's been a lot of properties that they've been in, right? We're just going to discuss the ones that we've recently seen, that could potentially be part of, what she's talking about or what she's referring to, right? So don't forget, to go ahead and hit that like, please, and thank you, as Fabulous said. But I also want to let you guys know we're dropping the StreamYard link because we are going to ask guests to come up soon and give some opinions and some of the information that we're giving. We do know that there's a lot of guests right now that are passionate about this situation, tired of hearing about the lies or allegedly the lies and wanting to give their opinion on the matter, because sometimes people don't get exactly why we're out here and we're talking about this. But again, we're dropping that StreamYard link for you guys to jump up here to give us your opinion about the matter, about this particular matter, whether or not you're a Karlissa fan, any fans of the circus, if you have an opinion, jump on. It does not need to be the same as what we're sharing today on what we're talking about. You can have a difference of opinion. We good with that. We ain't going to get crazy over that. Now, I do want to let the moderators know that, because I did say they can have a difference of opinion, please do not mute people unless they are being directly rude to us or one of the children. You know how it goes. But other than that, if they are talking about the circus, if they're talking about a circus member, respectfully, but giving their opinion, do not mute them. This is not a yes man show. We want everybody to be able to share their opinion, right? We want everybody to be able to, enjoy the show and not feel like they're being silenced. But we do have to be respectful, you guys. So again, we are dropping the StreamYard link, but please be respectful, okay? Because we don't want to have any issues, or we don't want to cut off the ability of you guys jumping on here, because you guys got some good opinions, don't they, Tea Time?
Absolutely. And I just want to say also, my thing is, as far as the Karlissa and the text, why would y'all sell these people a house knowing that you wrote a bad check? Why would you sell these people a house knowing that a bad check was written?
Well, that's the thing, right?
That says a lot about somebody's character to me. Allegedly.
And that's what I'm thinking, because from our recent search, this is what came up. I wonder if the homeowners know about this. Maybe we can get the investigators to contact the homeowners just in case. What do you think? Help me out here, because I'm not really from these areas, but how does that work for you guys? So now there's a property tax still owed. Is this something that the homeowners learn about every single year? Like, is this something that they pay yearly? So are they notified after their first year potentially? What I'm saying? Like these are the things now, right? Is this now left with the new homeowner to pay, or is it still Karlissa's and Saffold's allegedly their debt because of
they're named in the judgment, and because it's such a big amount, I don't think it's definitely not a 1 year thing. It's been probably since they sold the house, so it's added up and with interest. So they're named in the judgment. So I'm sure the homeowners know, at this point, and the homeowners probably filed some type of suit against them. I'm thinking, because they're like, hold on, when we purchased this house, all that should have been free and clear. So that's probably why they're they're identified as the debtors who owes this tax lien.
What I really like where you're getting at with that, Tea Time. Maybe we can get the investigators to search the buyers' names and see if there is any type of court dealings there. Maybe we can pull that up next to see maybe if they are going after the couple for this tax lien. Who knows? We're just trying to figure out the story here, you guys. We are definitely trying to figure out more of the story. And I think Carbear Zoo mentioned the same thing, Tea Time, that you were just speaking about, right?
Yeah, because it's definitely fraud, because you sold it to me knowing that there was going to be this bill that would be coming behind me, allegedly. And, so that's why the bill is so high. It's been a number of years, and the interest. You don't play when it comes to the city or the state taxes or whatnot. And that can actually cause somebody to lose their home, So I'm sure. So the investigators definitely need to look out for this, because I'm sure there is some type of lawsuit or something, some type of filing, because I would be on their behind with this.
Now, MEP is sitting here saying that I don't think you can sell a house if there's a lien, and you're absolutely correct. That's why they there is an understanding that we may have. Maybe there was the intention of a check put out to pay that. Who knows? But the bottom line is there's still a lien, and the fact of the matter is the lien is in the previous house owners' names. You know what I'm saying? So this is what has us speculating of, how the house was sold and where it ends up to where this is still kind of active, right? Allegedly, I guess.
Yep.
So that's the information that we have when it comes to the Grove City, Ohio home. We haven't found any other home that's owned by the two at all, right?
Nope.
So we're know what it is. We got a live viewer here. We're gonna bring them up quickly to see if they have some commentary. What's up? That's Pie. What's up?
Oh no, I had a question. Hey y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
What's up? Maybe you can just turn down the sound in the background because there's a lot of feedback.
Go, yeah, because I got the TV and the phone playing.
Well, we appreciate you zooming in and tuning in.
But the question is, if they did have a lien and they knew they had a lien and they sold the house, why they just didn't pay off the lien with the money they sold the house with? There would have been more, human on the human side.
Good question.
Oh yes, that is a good question. Now, I think some people.
I'm sorry, and maybe the lien wasn't showing up until they sold the house. After they sold the house.
No, that's taxes. You have to pay. You pay your taxes annually.
Right.
For a house.
Right.
So when whoever the title company is, that's why we're saying the something had to have been done fraudulently, allegedly. Like the taxes may have been paid with with insufficient funds, like with
I'm about to say that they didn't show up at the time because they paid
it. That's it.
check.
Bingo.
Yes.
Bingo.
Something. That's why I'm trying to get. Some didn't show up at the time. That's why.
Bingo.
I didn't say it right. Some didn't show up at the time. So when they did show up, they probably was like, "Oh, the only way we can sign off, and it's gonna take so many days because they're gonna have to." I think when you do a check, it take 3 times. So that's gonna take a good almost 3 weeks. However long, or maybe 2 weeks the most to actually show up. So it looked like it was paid off at the time, but then it came back.
Bingo.
Kind of like a setup, kind of like a play,
But the thing is, if you knew that happened and you knew you wanted to sell this house and that was the way to get around it, why you just ain't paid when you sold the house?
And that's what we're all wondering, that's Pie. Well, thank you again for jumping up and giving us your opinion on this. We got some more things going on. We got some more properties coming up. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to say something else about any of these properties, that's Pie, you're welcome to jump back up. I'm just going to put you backstage for now. So we're going to move on to the next topic. Tea Time, did you have anything else that you wanted to say about this particular property?
Nope. Good. We're good on this one.
And I do want to thank that viewer again for coming up and sharing her opinion. She's one that usually does and has some really good insight. You know what I mean? So again, if anybody, wants to share their insight about any of the properties we're talking about, or even about the issue overall, perhaps how you felt about, how she would speak about other renters compared to what you're seeing today, all that kind of stuff. We're here to entertain it, or maybe you're here to champion Karlissa's side, and perhaps share something to us that maybe we haven't thought about yet. Definitely hit that StreamYard link and join the conversation, right? Because that's pretty much what we're doing. We're trying to look at the public records that we have in front of us, because they are public records, right? And also basically have a conversation around some of these things, give you a bit more than just some of the 60 seconds or just Karlissa talking at you.
Yep.
Now let's get those likes up. You know how it is. We're here. We're trying to serve the tea. We got some more things to go through here. Some things that might be shocking to you. Some things that might be, some things that you already knew. Who knows? But either way, go ahead, hit that like button because you know how it is. It can get pretty spicy up in here. So let's get this going. Now, this was the one property. Now we all know the other property would be the Las Vegas property, right? I guess sorry buyers, I didn't completely block your name out, but you are public information there. Either way, if we take a look at the Las Vegas property, right, we can see here, I did want to just make note here on this slide that the property, I guess the last sale was back on 2018, right? If I'm reading that correctly, Latrice?
Yes.
Right, so that's there, and it shows the buyers and the sellers, right? And then what I wanted to do as well to the slide to the right is I also kind of wanted to show you guys, what the property is being listed, like how it's being listed rather, just to kind of give you an idea that since back in 2018, from when it was purchased all the way up until, most recently, you can see that it's being rented. It's completely being rented. You know what I'm saying? There's no other change of ownership. We can see that, the person that was buying and selling is neither nor Karlissa or her husband. Yep. You know what I mean? Now Gemini is saying something here. Gemini is like, you know what? You shouldn't say another word till they hit that like button. There's too many of us here in the chat. You guys hit that like button because we appreciate it. Bottom line, we appreciate it. It is the support. It helps support us. So hit that like button. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed to Blue Rock TV or Tea Time with Latrice, go ahead and subscribe to us. You can do so with Tea Time by searching Tea Time with Latrice on YouTube or checking the description after the show. And as well, check us out on IG, right? Because we on IG. We up in the IG streets too, are we not, Latrice?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And right. I'm going to drop my link. I'll drop my, because I say this every time and I never do it, but I will.
Perfect. Exactly. So T-Time's going to drop her link as well in the chat. So y'all can go ahead and click that right now. Hit subscribe and let's do this. TT says, Mr. Sappho gonna leave her now. Her foolishness and online bullying of young ladies is now exposing him. There is some more tea that we have about him that, we didn't bring tonight, because we didn't really want it to make it so much better, and we just wanted to kind of talk about the property since Karlissa kind of put so much emphasis on the properties that we all know she's been around, been in. Right, Tea Time? I think
they've lived a total of 13. They've had a total of 13 addresses within, I would say, the last maybe 6-7 years. 13, and one of the addresses they didn't even stay for a whole year.
Yeah, and we have the receipts for that. I didn't get to all of it, but that is part of some of the fun facts that we found out. Like Latrice says, there's been several or more addresses throughout the years, throughout the short amount of years. And again, I think there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you have to do and you're trying to survive and you're trying to make it. You get what I'm saying? But the idea is to have stable housing, whether you're raising children or you're just, doing it for yourself. The idea is, the healthiest thing for you to do is to have stable housing. Now, I understand there's different things, depending on your community, depending on, where you are in your social location and all that kind of stuff. I understand that challenges occur, more than just yourself, kind of outside of yourself as well. So I get it. So the idea is not to really judge people who's been moving houses to houses, whatever the case is. Also to mention, Karlissa did say yesterday in her live that she wants to somehow, show her struggles, besides her talking about people and their struggles, she wants to somehow show her struggles on, where she came from, an Uber driver to now having, hemorrhoids and building, I guess, a home on a new land that we have not been able to find yet. So I just want to make it very clear, that there's things out there. There's certain, she has a storyline now, a narrative now that she wants to portray, that she's gonna show you guys the struggle from being the struggle to all of a sudden making it. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? There's no judgment there. In reality, it's just part of her journey, right? But in these addresses, we haven't been able to find ownership, right? No. Besides what we showed you today earlier on the previous slide. Now people are dying in the chat there. They're like, Blue Rock's trying to be as diplomatic as possible, right? Keeping up with the Porters, like, too late for all that, so I wouldn't make an impact. She ruined that, dragging and blocking people. Yeah, she'd be blocking people nonstop. It is what it is. What is this land of make-believe? So I guess people are not really believing her, Latrice. They're not really buying the idea that she owns land, right? She could prove it at some point, right? We don't have anything to disprove it or to or to show that she does.
I mean, the thing is, if you've changed addresses that many times, in this short amount of, in that short amount of time, girl, why don't you just do like me? Why don't you just build a house on the land that you have? So it is giving land of make believe.
Damn.
I have to say.
So you're saying the math ain't mathin', right?
The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'.
Now, rumor has it, I'm going to give you guys a rumor. This is with no receipts, but rumor has it, there might be some property due to some kind of family handing down type stuff going on, so I don't know. I haven't been able to find any receipts yet, but I am, that was something that was pointed out to me. I don't know if it was one of her people trying to make me believe something that's not there, but that's what it is so far. I don't have any receipts for that. You know what I'm saying? But, we are looking into that direction as well, just in case. But I did want to throw that out there.
Mm-hmm. And then we also need to, one of the houses they lived at in Ohio. Which house was it? Which address was it that we just talked about? Was that the Brook Spring?
Yeah.
Okay. So they lived at the Brook Spring house. That house was 7 years. So every year after that, you've been moving back to back to back. They lived there for 7 years.
I wonder if we ran any eviction orders or any of that stuff on their names. If not, maybe it's something we can add to the book, right? Because
yeah,
I think there's a couple of things coming out here, right? Is the current owner suing for the tax lien? Were there eviction orders that caused them to move so much? Who knows, right? But a lot of questions definitely, a lot of questions are coming out from some of this discovery, right? Mm-hmm. Now, when it comes to the Las Vegas property, right? Is there anything else that you wanted to discuss about this property?
Let me see if it's this property let me see this address. I want to see if this is the one that they didn't live at for at least even a year. I want to see this address.
Now, I do want to remind people, I do see something. So, sorry, one sec. I do want to remind people quickly, I see some things, on being muted and retracted from the chat. Moderators, please, if they're giving a difference of opinion, make sure it's just that. Don't be muting them for that. Not saying that you are. But, let's just be mindful. Allow them to share their opinions. It's only if somebody's being disrespectful, then we're going to mute them. Okay? Sorry, Latrice, what were you saying about the property?
This particular property, they lived here for less than a year. At this particular property that's on the screen. So I'm going to try to, I need to find out why they lived there for less than a year. Could have been because it was sold or whatever, but they lived there for less than a year.
Yeah, this house was not in their name on Fabulous. This house was. This is the record right here for the last time there was any kind of transaction on the house.
Yeah. Message retracted. Blue Rock means they removed their own comment.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for letting me know that, because I just want to make sure that we're being fair to all the other commenters and people who may have difference of opinions. Because I've been getting some feedback that we might not be. So we're making sure that we're being a little bit more lenient for everybody today's show and tomorrow's show and moving forward. But again, the moderators will mute you if they believe that you're being disrespectful. So make sure that, excuse me, your comments are a little bit in line to.
I think they're good. I don't have my blocking spirit on. So, I don't have my blocking. I have my blocking spirit on when I'm on IG. So I'm not blocking anybody.
And I don't do anything in the chat, you guys. I'm too busy trying to
I don't do anything.
Drive all this other stuff here. What's up, Ariana and friends? What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Monique? We see you guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. There's 195 people in here sipping some tea with us. We got some more property to discuss, but go ahead and hit that like button first, because why not? Why not show Blue Rock TV and Tea Time some support, some love.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Do that first and all is good. What does Elizabeth here say? So she's been lying to us. Listen, we're just trying to show you what we know based on the properties that she's been at. Whether or not that makes you think she's lying, I get it. I completely get it, because even me at this point, I'm saying, I can only believe what I'm seeing at this point, right? So Karlissa's made a lot of claims. Like she said, she has a house in Ohio and one in Las Vegas. She claims that she's renting those houses, so maybe that's the reason why we haven't seen her close to it. But you know what, Tea Time, I was thinking about her claim when it came to that, and I was like, we know Karlissa, we know her ability to almost use every storyline she possibly could to gain clout to her show. I find it quite hard to believe that she has renters and all this kind of stuff, and she hasn't found any way to bring that into her reality show as of yet. So especially when that type of thing itself could be dramatic in its own aspect, what I'm saying, in its own thing, right? So maybe Karlissa is this classy business professional person that's just doing well with not mixing the two of them. Maybe she keeps her business at a higher priority than she does her family, so mixing them up and causing all the beef there is more so easier than mixing up your business. I don't know. But what I do know is I find it weird. What are your thoughts about that? Do you believe that if Karlissa was renting properties right now, that she would be, maybe putting some of that drama on her show? Maybe she would have encouraged them to put some of that on her show. What do you guys think? What do you think, Tea Time? And what do you think, audience? I dropped the link.
I believe that the heifer is a bald-headed liar.
Oh man, so you don't think currently right now she has any properties of her own?
Hell to the no, I don't. And because she lies all the time. I believe that she is lying. I believe that she is like one of the viewer said, she's a gaslighter. I believe that she is a deflector. I believe that that's why she don't have no hair, because she lies so much, and every time she lies, one strand falls out, and that's why she is barely just a little bit just hanging on right now, because she's been lying for years. And when you lie, the people used to say when you lie so much you get bumps on your tongue. Well, when she lies, her hair falls out, and that's why she got a bald head, and that's it.
Oh man, and the viewer IME is also saying I could care less about who does what with their home, rent or buy. It's the fact that she talks about other people but does the same stuff. And to me, I think that's the purpose of the show, right? Is the idea of that right there. We've mentioned it earlier as well. It's that no shade, to anybody who has any reason of how they choose to live, or whether or not their journey is to rent or to buy or any of that. The idea is, if you're talking about it and you're going on like this, then what's up? Tea Time, I do want to let you know that the people in the chat, like, if you see it, they're dying of laughter. Like they're trying to catch their breath, if you ask me, because sometimes, I can only ask, I guess I got a right fit for those Air Forces that I replaced, huh?
Listen, y'all know Blue Rock helps me a lot, guys. Okay, this is my sweet voice. I try to be as politically correct as I can, but I'm a little ratchet. Okay, just a little bit sometimes, but I do my best. Sometimes, it's Sunday, so I put the black Air Forces on, then I take them off. I put them on, then I take them off. So when it comes to Karlissa, I tend to leave them off a little bit more than. I tend to leave them on a little bit more than off. And that's it.
Right? I'm telling you, those things are on for sure. Now, chat, I did drop the StreamYard link again. I know I keep bringing it up because sometimes, people be shy or just wondering what that link is for. But it is for you, the viewers, to go ahead and click if you want to jump up and give your opinion about the topic today that we're talking about. Definitely, click that link, jump up. We'd love to hear from you guys. A little bit more of your commentary, goes a long way. And it may, and if you're a Karlissa supporter, or even if you're not, and you just have a different feeling or thought about the situation, come up, let us know. Maybe we're misinterpreting something. Maybe something, right? Jump up. I'm pretty sure we're more than capable of entertaining it and having a good, healthy debate if needed. Now, Tea Time, anything else about the Las Vegas property, or I think we've pretty much discovered and kind of spoke about that.
Yeah, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to try to find out why why they live for. Maybe it was because the homeowner was trying to sell it, but it's just very strange that most people who are leasing, they tend to not do a short-term lease, because they want to get the money for the for the home, for the rental. But I'm gonna try to see, maybe it's, who knows, they may have been acting a fool and the people put them out. I'm not sure, allegedly, but I'm gonna try to find out, and then I'll give an update.
That sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, because like I said, a lot of things sometimes come out of this show as well, right? So
Yeah.
we're gonna move on to the other property, that we all kind of, had a feeling that Karlissa was at for a little bit, for a short bit. You know what I mean? We kind of wanted to bring this property up. I don't think she's claimed to own this property at all, right?
No, she has a claim to own this property. But one thing about it, this property should have been on Skid Row, because I think everybody in their mammy has lived at this property.
Jeez, it's one of those properties, huh?
It's one of those properties. This property, baby, this property should just be listed as a Dewdrop Inn. This property should be listed as Motel 6, Days Inn, Quality Inn, everything. Because I think everybody in their mammy has lived at this address.
Oh, man. That's crazy. But yeah, so, we wanted to bring this up because this is part of, Karlissa's journey, I guess, of the different houses that she's been at, that we've seen her at lately, right? So we definitely didn't want to miss out her short-lived stop at the Blueface house, right?
Yep. And now, is this the address? Is this the house where when Callie went live and was throwing the rocks when Blue put them out? This is when I first learned about them, where they were fighting on the stair steps. Is this the house?
I believe it is. This is the current one, right?
I don't. You know which video I'm talking about, where they went live and Callie gave up the address and they were fighting on the steps and he had all the girls in there and okay, so that is the house. Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty certain this is the house because this is the most current house. I believe this is the house that, we've seen a lot of things happen most recently, right? This is the Blueface house. This is not the BGC house. This is the house. That
house is so full of spirits. That house is so full of spirits. Do you hear me?
It's full of a lot, I think.
That house needs an exorcism.
All right. What else we can say? That house.
Look, y'all. Look at Blue Rock.
I'm trying to keep it together here, but this house definitely been, with the term be ran through in a way.
Yeah, basically, AKA needs exorcism.
Right. But nonetheless, this is the famous Blueface house. The mom made a stop here, along with other women, but and she does not own it either, right? There's, we didn't think we had to go and do research to show you who owned it, right?
Right.
And show, any type of mortgage issues or any of that stuff. I think we've been there, done that at some point, right? So are we good with this slide? I think we're okay with this slide, right? We can move on.
Yes, so they live there too. So okay, so let's tie it into this. So when they left that one house, the last house the slide. So I need to look, you know what I need to see? Did they go to the Blueface house first? So maybe when they got kicked out of because they got kicked out of there too. And that's not allegedly. We saw that. So when they got kicked out of the Blueface house, did they go to the Vegas house, or were they kicked out of the Vegas, or not kicked out? When they left the Vegas house, did they go to the Blueface house? So I need to do this timeline. I need to get the timeline.
So from what we have and from what we've kind of gathered, right? So the slides, the way we present the slides is kind of like the timeline of when it happens, when it occurred, right? But so I think 2020 is when they moved out from I believe the other place, right, into Blueface's house, right? I believe it was around that. And then for the Hemet location, if I pronounced that correctly, they lived there from like 2022 to 2024, right?
Oh, got it.
So yeah, it's there, right? Let me see here. Las Vegas to Bluefaces, exactly. Now, what is the comment saying? Fabulous goes, she's always talking about folks renting and homeless when she's renting and Callaway lived in a shelter for 6 months.
What? She lived in a shelter?
That's tough. right? It's tough for some, right? I'm not too sure the situation around that, why Cali Way would have and when that occurred. But maybe that's a whole thing on its own as well, right?
Maybe she can talk about that. That's wow.
It's interesting, right? It's interesting, Latrice,
Yeah.
when we really start to learn, people's paths and just their journey and how they are where they are now, right? Now Queen Grandma Rock says she don't have no shame in her game and keep playing with life.
Yeah.
Jewel, what's up? What's up? You guys don't forget to hit that like button. We do have a little bit more tea that we're gonna speak about here quickly. And again, we are inviting guests. So if you just popped in and you would like to jump on and give some of your opinion live with us, go ahead and hit that StreamYard link. We're here. Let's do it. So I think we're good speaking about the Blueface house.
Yeah.
We're gonna move in here to this house, right? Now we're all familiar here with this house, are we not?
The hot tub.
The hot tub.
The infamous dirty hot tub water house. The infamous hot tub house.
The hot tub house, y'all. I think everybody's familiar with this house. So, like you see, we wanted to get some information about this house as well and present it to you guys, because this is, another house that we've seen them in for quite some time. Again, she claims she had she has home ownership in different places. We haven't been able to find that yet. She claims, that she likes to talk about renters and this and that. And, my thing is, there was a part where I was watching as well. Just a side note here. There was a clip I was watching with Karlissa, and Karlissa mentioned the process of getting a house and, the paperwork and the stages and all that. And then she further mentioned, a welcome mat that, would have your name on it and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, and I'm like, Karlissa, you love to show things. You love to tell us things. You love to, put everything on camera. I'm surprised you haven't dropped any receipts of a photo of your mat or something. You know what I mean? And you don't have to. I'm just saying, talk is cheap, especially at this rate when it comes to you, unfortunately, right? So if there's some things that you want to debunk, or maybe you just want to go online and crash out here and there and just say random things about you driving Uber and your hemorrhoids again, but I do really think that just based on what you say and things that happen, people probably want to know. They want to know. So maybe you want to share it. I don't know what you want to do, but that's just me thinking out loud.
Yeah, see, there's the famous hot tub, y'all. Y'all notice that she doesn't go live in the hot tub anymore. The people said they were tired of seeing the water dirty on live. They said that the water, they needed to drain the water, they needed to bleach the hot tub. They were tired of it. You had to go. They said you got to go because this water ain't been changed since we let you move in, and you got to move out. That's what the people said. Allegedly. That's what I heard the people say, but I ain't the one to gossip, so you ain't heard it from me.
That's funny. Ooh, Monique goes, wow, I knew Carzilla was suspicious. So, I mean, if we take a look at this property, we wanted to give you, that photo shoot right there of, the back fence, the famous back fence that we're all used to seeing when Karlissa is sitting in the hot tub. You can see that photo to the right there. We also wanted to just take note the owner, and the seller, right? Just in case there was some misconceptions around that as well. We wanted to just make it very clear. We didn't see ownership there either. Now we're not insinuating that she claims she owned it. We're just saying that, we're trying to find, where she owns what she's claiming while she's putting other people down for renting. There's nothing wrong with renting, Karlissa. Absolutely not. As you can see, because I mean, you do it yourself, right? Absolutely nothing wrong. Tea time. Some people still can't get over some of your comments here. Reason goes, goodness, laugh out loud, dirty water.
The only thing she owns is them wigs. The only thing she owns is them synthetic wigs, honey. That's it. That's all she owns is them synthetic wings and them tired, dried up reeds. That's it.
And it's interesting because we keep trying to just figure out exactly what Karlissa was talking about, right? So and some people, I just want to make something clear, because some people are probably like, Blue Rock, why are you even doing this? Why are you coming up with all this kind of stuff and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean? And you know, Karlissa and I, we like to show love in different ways online. You know, you guys might not know, but we do exchange that a little bit differently than others. Or maybe it's in line with the way she does show love with everybody else. And who am I kidding, right? So Karlissa had a response yesterday to when we came out and we claimed that, you know, she was kind of putting some renters there out in a light that's disrespectful, and you know, and that she was being called out on her property itself. She came back with a response, right? And she said, first of all, I'm the one who told y'all I'm renting while my house is being built. And no worries, none if them people y'all keep talking to will have my address. So, you know, at that end part there, I feel as if she was trying to say that any of the people that we're speaking to won't have her current address.
Right,
I think
like
that's
we
what
don't.
she's trying to say.
Right, like people don't know. Like the internet is not free.
You know, and you know, and people match things up very easily. Anyhow, if we
Right.
continue to read what she writes here, and if you look again, you will find I own 2 homes, one of Vegas, I guess, one in Vegas, and one in Ohio. I rent to renters. So she's claiming she owns 2 homes, one in Vegas and one in Ohio. We have not been able to find any of that. We have not been able to
Mm-mm.
see that. She doesn't need to prove that. You know, she does not need to prove it. You know, but from what we see is what we see, right? Some
Mm-hmm.
people can just believe that maybe she's not showing it for the security of the renters. Who knows? But this stuff should be public information. I believe we should be able to find it. I don't know how we can find the other stuff, but we can find this. You know what I mean? But I did want to make it very clear there that she did give us the challenge of going ahead and looking again, right?
Yep.
And that's what brought us here. That's what brought us on this show, right? Because we wanted to kind of take that opportunity to look again.
Yeah, she's because she's lying. I mean, you know, she's just lying. And I mean, and girl, how long is it gonna take for your house to be built? I
I
mean,
mean,
that's all I'm trying to ask. How long is it going to take for your house to be built? I mean, you went from the dirty hot tub water and you just recently moved from there because you were just in that hot tub, what, a few months ago. And now you're at, you know, you're at the house with the pool. How long is it going to take for your house to be built? You're
right?
lying. Just
You
stop
know,
lying.
I mean, she had went live one time and showed a basketball court and certain things that are being built, but we don't know yet who's, when, how, what, you know, so we're still trying to figure that out. Now a live viewer did pop in just now. I'm gonna let them come up on stage briefly here to see if they have a question or maybe they want to add some commentary. But don't forget, keep it respectful, you guys, as best as you can. What's up, Internet Granny Slang for Junior? What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, chat.
Hey.
Doing good
You know
yourself.
I had to come up. You know I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. That woman is so full of lies and so full of mess. Do you remember it was a scene when she in the house she in now, and Callie was telling everybody that the house she in right now is an Airbnb, and she hurry up and shut Callie down and took her off. You don't remember that?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, she hurried
No.
up and she cut Callie off real fast. And then that document that you just put up and you see Callie Way and her husband, they owned that house. Karlissa didn't own that house. When
Which
Callie,
document are you referring to?
you put up a document, look at it again. You're gonna see Callie Way and her husband name on it. Pull it up. It's one of those houses. Put it up
Do you?
again.
Let me pull it up here quickly. Are you thinking the Las Vegas property? Because that's Kelly.
That's Kelly.
That ain't Callie Way.
No,
No,
it's not. It's not Kelly.
it's a
Oh,
Kelly
okay.
and
I thought
Ken.
that said Callie. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, a Kelly and a Ken.
So there was
Oh,
one
okay. I thought that
home,
was
yeah,
Callie
in
Way.
Grove City that the husband owned, and then for some reason, you know, at some point it was put over to both of their names, and then it was sold.
Well, anyway, I just feel like she's full of crap. The way she set up to talk about Chrisean when Chrisean said that her house was a rent to own, you know, Chrisean had to pull out all the proof. What she was saying was true. You know what I mean? Which Chrisean didn't have to do that. But it's a lady that's exposing Karlissa, and I can't think of her name right now, but I'm on 4%, so I might die. But she exposed Karlissa real bad. That's why Karlissa is saying and doing the things that she's doing right now. Karlissa don't own jack.
I hear you. Thanks again for sharing your opinion. Go ahead and charge that phone. We want to make sure you can hear the rest of the show.
Oh, I'm on the TV too. I just paused it. I'm gonna go back
Okay.
right now. But I just want
Okay,
to come up
good.
and let y'all know Karlissa is full of it. And all she trying to do is prove that she owns something and she don't own crap. And that house right there in Hemet, I knew she was in Hemet one time because I was living in Hemet. And when she went to this little resort thing, it's like when you see the animals at, I knew she was in Hemet back then because I was living out there. And she was renting that too.
Okay.
I'm telling
So
you.
for her to talk about renters, she really need to shut up. She downgrades her own kind of people. That's what I really don't like about her.
Right. And that's the thing. So I do appreciate you coming up again. And like you said, your battery is running low. You know, stay tuned on the television. We don't want to lose you. And also charge that phone. Charge that phone. But we thank you again. That was the internet granny there. Just, you know, we thank you again for doing what you do, you know, and showing up and giving us your opinion. But yeah, no, you know, the tea time, you know, it's nothing but the truth, right? It's kind of hard sometimes to believe what Karlissa is saying and to, you know, take her at face value. That's why we had to kind of look this up. And like I said in the previous, you know, slide, she you know, challenged us to go ahead and look into it, but we haven't been able to find what she claims she owns, right? But like Christy says, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button. Tea time, any other commentary about this particular property? I know the hot tub. I know everybody wanted to take a dip. I know everybody wanted to try it out. I get it. You know what I mean? You know, there was a lot of things that happened in that hot tub. You know, when she moved on from this hot tub, we really should have had a show, you know, maybe, you know, going through some hot tub memories or something for Karlissa.
We should have.
I think we missed something there.
That's when we first learned that her hair was bald. And that's when we first saw her prunes. And that's when you know, she almost went to glory when you know, she was drinking and she was talking about our beautiful $1 billion baby, and she went back and they had to save her. She almost went to the king. And there were a lot of moments in that hot tub. So we should have done a farewell to the hot tub, and then, you know, poured some bleach on the ground for the homies. Poured some bleach on the ground.
We really should have. I think we missed an opportunity there. That's for sure. Care Bear Zoo says, when she left that hot tub house, I swear I remember her bragging that she was renting it out as an Airbnb. Whew. There's a lot of things the viewers are remembering. There's a lot of things the viewers are remembering. That's Pie says that she'll pass on the hot tub. She's good. She's good. You know, if you're somebody walking into that house, going to buy it and then seeing it and realizing that that's the famous Karlissa hot tub soap, you know, are you planning to enjoy it the first night, or are you just planning to renovate that corner? I mean, you know, it kind of just came to my mind. Like, I wonder what people would actually do.
Right.
You know, but you guys, as you can see in the documents, does not own it, did not sell it, you know, anywhere around the time frame that she was there. You know, that's the purpose of what we have on the screen right now, as well as the photo to the right, you know, just to remind us that, you know, we did see Karlissa on that property, right? We will move into the final property, right? And we will show you guys some things there. But I do want you guys to go ahead and hit that like button. If you are new to the Blue Rock TV, go ahead and hit subscribe, because you don't want to miss our show tonight at 8:30, because we got a crazy show tonight. This show, we are coming to an end shortly, but there's one more property that we most definitely have to discuss, right? Because that's the current property. Tea time, the famous current property. Apparently she did a whole house tour of this. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're renting a new property, and you know, and even if you're happy about it and stuff, you can tour it. There ain't nothing wrong with touring your new home. You know, what's going to be your home to you. You know, what you made your home, things like that, right? Queen Grandma Rock says, when she realized it will come down on your double time. Right? So I guess she's saying, you know, it'll come back to you double time, right? All this kind of talking, all this kind of downplaying that you be doing on people and stuff, it will come back to you at some point, right? Now, this is the famous Canyon Lake property.
Yeah, and this is a very nice property, and the property, the community has some very nice amenities. Very nice. Karlissa, if you're listening to this, I would love to come and visit.
Not you saying you would love to come and visit.
I would love to come and visit and have scrumpets and tea.
I mean, I wouldn't mind visiting. You know, I'm I can't even get a DM anymore. You know, much less an invite to the home. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Right. But we
yeah.
all see, you know, if we look at the photo where Karlissa is standing in front of that photo there, and we look, you know, to the right of it there, you can kind of see some, I guess, gates or whatever. But just below there, you can kind of see a little trampoline if you look close enough, right?
Hmm.
You can see the trampoline there, right? You know, we always like to somehow try to let you guys know that it is the right property, right? So we all remember that trampoline, right? Seeing the kids jump on it and have fun on it, and you know what I mean? So we know for a fact we're talking about the same property. You know what I mean? This is just one example. You know, there's many different examples we can show you you know, about this property, right? The pool, the famous pool that you already see right there. We've already seen, you know, the kids and I guess other people in that pool. Right, Tea Time?
Yeah, yeah. It's a beautiful property. I mean, even the inside, you go on the inside, you can definitely see where she was cooking breakfast, a couple of times when the kids were over. It's a beautiful property. And again, we're not throwing shade to renting. We're just pointing out the fact that she needs to sweep in front of your own door before you try to sweep in front of others, and stop trying to speak, trying to bash other people's lives, and when you are clearly doing the same thing, you know and as
And
long as you continue to come after Chrisean, and try to point fingers as far as me, and not just Chrisean, on other young adults, and put them down, we're gonna come after you with these things like this as well.
basically, there's nothing wrong with renting, you guys. Carlissa proved
Exactly.
it. Absolutely nothing wrong with renting. You know, on we're gonna see different celebrities, different people. You know, social media influencers jump on, and almost act as if certain things are better than certain things. Listen, your own journey is your own journey, your own plan. You know, your own pace, all that kind of stuff. You know, own it. It's your own. Um, don't always get gaslighted by things that people are saying or the way people are acting. You know, as if they have a bunch of different things and this and that and that and this, and I think that's really the message, is just understand that it's okay to rent, understand that it's okay,
Yeah.
to do whatever it is that you're doing. If you're in a situation where you need to rent to own, and that is your plan, and that's the only way you can do something, then go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with it. And maybe the lesson is too, for people like Karlissa, just humble yourself, make it so that, as you are trying to show your struggles of where you were and where you are now, be very clear with that intention, right? Try
Yes.
to, at least, try to stop that flippy floppy type of mentality of 1 minute trying to act as if you want to give the good story, the good show of a mom that's been struggling and doing the right thing and becoming where you are now, compared to this evil woman online, the aka Chrisean hater that you so like to laugh about, and then somehow try to balance your other stuff that you're coming out of, like this whole um good, I don't even know what the word is anymore. She leaves me sometimes lost for words sometimes, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But the bottom line is to stop playing with the perceptions that you're given. How about that?
Yes, yes. That is totally it. That is totally it. And you can bet your bottom dollar she's going to come out today. She's going to go live, and she's going to make story post after story post with things trying to debunk everything that we've shown today. And it's just going to be like my grandmother used to say, you got to tell a lie to cover a lie. So, and she's so used to this, so she's going to come up with all kind of things, but the receipts don't lie. And as her son so famously said, the truth could never be a diss. It's the truth.
I mean, and that's it, right? So I mean, maybe we're gonna see a little bit more lives from Karlissa today about her hemorrhoids or her driving Uber. I think she said it was. I don't know. Maybe she's going to say again that if you follow certain people, she gonna block you. Who knows? Her strategies are very, I guess, the same all the time. So we can pretty much
Hmm.
guess what she might do, right?
Right. And then the thing is, she'll say she'll block you, but the minute the views go down on Patreon or the subscriptions drop, she'll say, message Bree if I blocked you. So it's all a strategy for her. You know what I'm saying? Because she'll block you, but then Message Bree if I blocked you. So, girl, what's the purpose? So, what's the purpose?
I mean, I think you forgot a key important point too, right? You have to subscribe to the show, then message Bree and ask to be on.
Right.
I mean, the purpose might be subscriptions, right? Now, whether or not it's a paid subscription or just subscribing to, the free portion of the trailers, who knows, but I think that's kind of what it was. And yes, I don't mean to just bring up Karlissa and her hemorrhoids, guys, but that's really what she was talking about yesterday, in parts of trying to, I guess, create a distraction for this, she brought up the fact that she drove Uber 2 years ago when trying to make it, I guess, and then she brought up the idea that she's dealing with the hemorrhoids, basically trying to say that she will be the one to spill her own tea before anybody else.
Yeah, we know that's a lie. Her tea is always sour. Her tea is sour or unsweetened.
And sometimes she doesn't even really know much about what's going on, right? A lot of the things she learns about her son is through the internet, through the bloggers, sadly. Right? And a lot of the things she thinks she learns as well is through some of the bloggers and internet, sadly.
Yeah.
Right? But I think we gave the viewers a chance to come up on this show to share their opinion. I've dropped the link, many times. I will go ahead and drop the link one more time in case, a viewer or two want to jump on and give some final thoughts. But we are coming to the end of the show. I think we've pretty much already discovered all the properties that she's been on most recently, right? Or been at most recently. Tea time, any final words for this show? Any final thing that you want to put out there for anybody or for Karlissa?
Just everything that glitters ain't gold. And with Karlissa, just to say, never forget where you came from. Never speak down on other people. Nothing wrong with Ubering, nothing wrong with renting. Never forget where you came from. And humble yourself. Humility takes you a long way, baby. Stay humble. Stay humble, stay cute. And sometimes keep it on mute.
Most times keep it on mute. Well, no, that's some good thoughts, and and I pretty much share the same. Now, I do want to thank you guys, all the viewers, so much for joining us. I know it was a pop-up show, but I thought it was cool nonetheless. You guys wanted the information, we went ahead and got it and brought it to you, nonetheless, right? So I hope everyone had a good time. I guess tea sipping with us today. Now, we do have another show tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now
this is a good one. Yeah.
Now that show is what y'all been waiting for.
Baby.
So for those who have not seen it yet, we did a whole live show previously about 3 weeks ago about Dre, and his pow charges or whatnot, and him, I guess, allegedly visiting some girl and taking her pow from her house, and so we want you guys to basically, a lot of people from there was like, who's the girl, what's going on? So she is going to come on tonight and speak with us. She's going to give her side of the story. The tea is definitely going to be spilling. She has a video to share as well. She's going to help us understand, from the beginning of their relationship. And keep in mind, Andre has a wife, right? He has a wife. He's had a wife around the time that they were, I don't know what you want to call it, right? Right. So he did have a wife around that. So she's going to share that juicy story with us. Tell us, from the beginning up until, when he took, the property from her. And then, a little bit of after, and, and tell us about his attempts of trying to get a hold of her since then. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a juicy show tonight at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. The link is already up on the YouTube. So go ahead and click the video and click the notification so you can be notified, because you don't want to miss it. Let me know in the chat if you're going to be around tonight, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a show you're not going to want to miss. It's a live interview. And you're going to be able to ask her some questions as well. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be...
Absolutely.
And so we do have a live here again. That's Pi. What's up?
Oh, I was coming back to say, let me lower my TV. She brought up Chrisean again. They wasn't even talking about Chrisean. She called the people in the chat rock toys, but I wasn't coming up here for that. I was coming up here to say also, Bree was talking about how she talking, be mindful of her delivery. She think it's her delivery and certain things she shouldn't say at all. And she was like, girl, I ain't trying to be no pastor trying to be funny towards Chrisean again. And question about the last house that she stayed in. I thought she said she stayed in Las Vegas.
Yes, that was something that a lot of people brought up, but no, this is not in Las Vegas.
So she tried to lead people to think she stayed in Las Vegas.
That's what I would believe at this point, because
Yeah.
this particular property that she's at is definitely not in Las Vegas.
Because I would listen to my TV. I had my TV up, but I had my phone in my hand commenting. But I just came back and was looking at the name, the Cannon, Lake California. I'm like, wait, she said she stayed in Las Vegas. So yeah, she was trying to mislead people, so they want to find where she at, like, you know, in public on records.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's definitely not there.
Yeah, because I don't, you know, unless I don't know, but that's what somebody was telling me as well. I've had many people come to me and say the same thing, you know, that they were shocked she wasn't in Las Vegas, because allegedly that's what they had heard from her. Now she's been saying a lot of things, so I don't know if maybe she's saying the house she's building is in Las Vegas. I don't know.
No. She always mentions she stay in Las Vegas.
Yes, so it's definitely not the case, you know. Just to kind of add to that a little bit here, if we really wanted to, like, you know, they go, sorry, I'm just trying to find it. Give me 1 second here. Okay, no, I don't have it ready, but basically, you know, there was even a photo with Callie, right, that shows that, you know, when she went and visited and they stayed at a particular restaurant, right, that restaurant was in this particular neighborhood as well. You know what I mean? So the photo still kind of proves that she's not in Vegas. That's definitely not where this location is.
Yeah, she's definitely not in
100%. All right, but any other final thoughts before I let you go? Oh, I think that was it. But all right, you guys, that's it. That's the end of this show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I did see a lot of comments of people saying that they're going to be around tonight because it's going to be up. You're not going to want to miss it. Like I said, Miss Armstrong is going to be spilling all the tea. So a lot of the questions we had before is going to be answered.
Yes.
We're going to have all the answers. Tea time. Any final words, or are we good?
No, I'm ready for tonight. We're hoping y'all going to be here because it's going to be a heck of a show.
Right. All right, let's do this. Don't forget to keep it locked right here on Blue Rock TV for all the juicy details. Take it easy, y'all. Peace out.
All right, y'all.